Well, hello friends. Today we're making pumpkin cheesecake bars. Nice pumpkin filling, creamy cheesecake layer. Everybody's cozy, crunchy, and creamy all at once. Canned pumpkin is just a regular can of pumpkin, not the pie filling. It's got some brown sugar, each and a half graham crackers, and just mix those in the blender. It's got 2 pints of cream cheese softened, and then a half stick of butter, and it needs to be softened too. So you've got your basic ingredients, and the recipes for the full ingredients are on my website, biblicalkitchen.com. We'll bake it 10 minutes in a 350 oven. We'll take our graham crackers, our brown sugar, and our softened butter. We'll just put them in a bowl. We're just gonna mix those together. It's just really easy. This is a simple, easy recipe that you're going to love in the fall of the year. If you like pumpkin cream cheese rolls, this kind of has that flavor, but it's different too with the crunchy topping and so forth. It does have the pumpkin and the cream cheese. So we're just gonna mix this up. I could have had a little bigger bowl, but it'll be all right. Mix it together. Hands are clean, and mix this up a little bit. When you get this mixed till it just kind of holds together, barely holds together, but it still crumbles back apart. It's ready. Now you could use a food processor. I don't want to mess up another container and have to wash it, so I just do it in a bowl. Office clips are metal, they're not plastic. Just holds the paper down on the sides, so I like to use those. I'm going to mash this all out into the bottom. Use the bottom of the measuring cup. You want it to cover the bottom, thick or thin places, but you want it down smooth. And you want to cover the entire pan, get it up into the corners good, and then just press it down with the bottom of your cup. Just don't tear it up like I almost did. Be careful with it. Air mixture, and then we'll put the cream cheese layer on top. Our crust is out of the oven and it's cooling, and while it's cooling, I'm going to make up the second layer, which is our pumpkin layer. You know, I don't remember my mother making that many pumpkin desserts. We grew up in the Midwest. I still live in the Midwest, almost the Mid-South, but it's still called the Midwest. And pumpkins just in the fall, it's pumpkin cake, it's pumpkin muffins, it's pumpkin pie, it's pumpkin bars. When we were growing up, we mainly just had pumpkin pie, maybe a pumpkin bread once in a while, but there's all kinds of wonderful pumpkin desserts now, and I love all of them. Actually, pumpkin pie might be my least favorite, but I love things like this. So we start with our can of pumpkin. We're going to put in a little bit of brown sugar. The brown sugar adds kind of a depth of flavor, and we're going to put in some white sugar. It has more white than it does brown. And we're going to put in about a teaspoon of cinnamon and just a small dash, and I'm talking a small dash of cloves. Cloves can be kind of overpowering, so you have to be careful you get too much. But I want to show you something. I have 2 eggs in really pretty hot water. I mean, I can put my hand in it, but pretty warm water, I guess, because I forgot to set them out. Did you ever get ready to bake and you know you need room temperature for all your ingredients, but you forgot to put your eggs out for room temperature, and then you can use them. They're warm, they're room temperature that way. So I'll crack these. I like to crack them in a separate bowl, just to make sure they're good eggs. Even though I buy pasture-raised eggs, sometimes you can get a bad one. It's going to be our third layer on top of our pumpkin. We start slowly so it won't splash all over me. I don't want cream cheese on my dark shirt, and that'll speed it up. We're going to spread this over our pumpkin. Now these are our 3 basic layers, but we have one more. We're going to make this even better. We're going to do a crumble topping on the top with some pecans in it. Cinnamon, and it's just really, 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 this is going to be so good. Butter is softened. It's been sitting out actually all night, so it's good and softened. Fluff your flour. Now when I make bread and when I do some things, I like to use grams and use the scale, but for this dessert, I'm just going to fluff this up and just shuffle it in. Just shuffle it. It'll lighten it up enough that it'll be okay. But there's a place for scales, and On the whole, I like to use scales when I bake. We're going to dump that in. We're going to put in our cinnamon, which is half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Put in our half a cup of brown sugar, kind of packed in there. Smells like fall in here. We'll add in our stick of very softened butter. Not melted, just really softened. We're just going to mix these together. Lots of nice spices in here, and it's just going to be so good. So easy to make. You can whip this up. Again, if you prep the head a little bit, you can whip this up in no time. You could have this part done a week at a time. I have made up toppings like this, get them all ready, just put them in the freezer until I get ready for them. And then just, they don't really freeze solid or anything. So you can just get them maybe room temperature and then use them. When you bake, everything really needs to be room temperature. You just want this where it sort of hold together, but it also crumbles apart. That's what you want, but you want it mixed as well as you can mix it. Holds together, but falls apart. And a crumbled topping over the top. Just kind of evenly distributed. You want every bite to have some crumb topping on it, so nobody gets left out when they're eating a piece. You can cut this into 12 pieces. You can cut it into 18. You can cut it any way you want to, but 18 is about right for me. Some people, if they want bigger, they can cut it bigger, I guess. But that way it cuts down on carbs just a little bit. But there's nothing low carb about this, so it's dessert. Make this in a preheated 350 degree oven about 40 to 45 minutes, or 35 to 45. We'll check it at 35. Then we're gonna let it cool at least 2 hours. And we will cut a little piece out. That's why I'm taking it tonight. They're not gonna care if I take any out, it's just my friends. Well, our pumpkin cream cheese bars are finished baking. I'm not a great big pumpkin pie fan, but I love these because they've got the cream cheese and the topping. They have more than just the pumpkin. And then the crust, it's perfect. I mean, this is about a perfect pumpkin dessert. And I think you're gonna really enjoy it, and it's really simple. If you'll do some prep work, it's gonna be an easy dessert. But I'm gonna take, since I already had some and it's pretty rich, I'm just gonna take a little piece here. You can see how it looks. It's wonderful with that pumpkin, that bottom crust, that crumb topping, that cream cheese filling. It is just perfect. Got a little bite. It's rich, but it's not overly sweet or anything. It's just, I guess, the cream cheese, but it's pretty rich. That is the perfect fall bite. You're gonna love this. Make it for your family. I think everybody will love it. Flavor-wise, it's top of the list. So I will set this back in the refrigerator and keep it cold. I've got about an hour before my meeting, so these will be awesome. I think everybody's gonna love them.